What's good, y'all? It's your man DL Saint back with another DL Short. How y'all feeling? I hope all is well out there. Happy Wednesday. It's hump day, everybody. Happy Wednesday. We're going to be talking about the Fresh and Fit show. Last night, they had an episode. Well, yesterday, their early show was about how to run a rotation. Shout out to Fresh and Fit. You know what I'm saying? You know, those are my guys. I ain't going to lie to you. You know me, even wearing the merch right now. For example, this is a Fresh and Fit t-shirt. Their talk on running a rotation made a lot of sense to me. But before we get into it, there's one thing I do want to say. I forced myself to go to the gym today. Listen, if you're in a funk or you're going through light depression or however you want to put it, things just ain't kind of right, go to the gym. Go to the gym. Offset that funk, that depression, that negative feeling in your life, offset that with the positive feeling you're going to get out of the gym. Work your body until your body is sore and you're tired. I'm telling you, you're going to feel better. If you can't get to the gym, do some push-ups, some sit-ups, some jumping jacks in the house, right? Go outside and walk. If you can, run. Just sprint from one block to the next, turn around, sprint back. Just do that until you're fatigued. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, it works wonders, man. I feel good right now. Can't wait to get back into the gym tomorrow. So let's talk about Fresh and Fit. Yesterday's episode on maintaining a rotation, they're talking about, and what's a rotation? A rotation is when you're a single guy and you're out there and you have multiple women that you're dealing with. Multiple, you can call them love interests, you can call them, women that you're dating, whatever term you want to use. It's not just one, you have multiple. And they were talking about this. Now, the reason I want to bring this up is Myron made a statement on the show that I want to clarify for, regular dudes out there. When you watch the Fresh and Fit podcast, you must think about what they're saying and put it into context. Dudes, I'm talking to y'all. You must think about what they're saying and put it into context. The majority of the time when they're talking about men and these advanced techniques on dealing with women, they're talking about a certain type of guy, a man who has reached a certain status, right? A top tier guy, right? A high value guy, a successful guy. This is who they're talking about. And if you're not that guy, these techniques probably won't work for you. You got to do the work first, level up, and then you can consider using these techniques, right? And that's going to be towards the end. But let's get right into it. Let's hear what Fresh has to say about these type of people in dating.
Right? When you're single, girls are like curving you, dodging you. The moment you get a girlfriend, they're like flocking to you. I'm like, what's going on here? What? Hey man, they feel the energy. They can see that you're that type of guy. Now, number one is being a man of value, right? As we all know, in today's climate, bro, if you're not leveling up in life, if you're not the chosen one, so to speak, you're not working on yourself, you're losing your feeling. Now, when you're a man of value, right, women want you. They see who you are, they see what you do, they see what you're about, that ambition, that drive, it turns them on.
Right off rip, man, he's coming with the facts. Fellas, how many times has this happened to you? You're out there, you're single, you're trying to get on with women, you just can't do it, right? You're in a rut, you can't seem to come up on a woman. The minute you get yourself a woman, someone you're dealing with on a regular basis, all these women come out of the woodwork. They all want to holler at you. Why is that? It's the way you carry yourself. Women can tell. Women are very social creatures, man. They can sense it. If you're a thirsty dude, they spot you from a mile away. Ew, he's a thirsty guy. Stay away from that one. Stay away from him. He gonna try to handcuff you, girl. He's a weirdo, girl. He's a creep. Stay away from that one. He's a lame. It's the way you carry yourself. It's the way you speak. When you have what you're looking for, you have that woman, you have that Foxy Brown at the house, and you happy with her, you're gonna carry yourself a certain way. You're gonna speak a certain way. And women, they sense it immediately. So that's what that is. Gentlemen, if you're single, you need to somehow master that confidence, whether you're single or not. And the guys who are in the top tier understand this. Even the guys who don't have money like that, but they're just really good with women, they're extremely confident, they've mastered that. You feel me? So they always have women coming at them because they give out that confidence. That's what he's talking about.
Time, before we even get there, if you're not a man of value, right? You meet a chick, she's gonna size you up. Okay, what does he do? What is he about? Is he good looking? Is he taking care of himself? Is he hygienic? All these things come into play. However, if the girl's actually into you and you spend time with her, she's gonna be like, damn, what are we? That's how you know you're a man of value, because once again, she's into you, she sees progress, and she wants to lock you down. So a man of value means...
There's a lot of dudes out there who've never experienced this. When you are what that woman wants, right? Women want what they want. It is whatever it is. If you are that guy that she wants, she is going to have that conversation with you. She is not going to be just cool being in a rotation. She's not going to just be cool dating you, smashing and all this kind of stuff, investing all this time and energy and effort into you. She's going to want to know where y'all are. So what are we? You're going to have that conversation. You're going to have it. Right? Now, I'm the type of dude, we get that conversation. Where are we? Nah, you just part of the rotation. We having fun, right? That's what I say. There's a lot of dudes out there who lie. I don't recommend you lying. Tell these women the truth, go get you another one. But that's another conversation. When you got a woman and she is interested in you, she is going to ask you what's up, and it's not going to take her long. She's going to want to know that pretty quick.
Things. But for the most part, you focus on fitness, mindset, and also what you need to always maintain a frame. So as a guy, right, you're going through life, you're trying to figure things out. You find a hot chick, you find a girl that you're into. Perfect. Now, being a man of value means you're her best option. And the biggest thing, guys, is like, you can be on a dating app, you can meet her in person, you can meet her anywhere. The point is, when you meet her, how do you make her feel? How do you keep that shit going when it's like, okay, she's many options, how do you stand out? And once again, not many guys are man of value because, once again, it's not easy, it's not going to be the best route possible, but I'm telling you, work on your fitness, work on your mindset, work on your game, and at the same time, when you're a man of value, they choose you. Now it's up to you to decide that you deserve, it's up to you to decide.
He's right about that. When you talk about if you are a man of value, if you are what she wants, she chooses you. Women always choose, fellas. There are no guys out there, I don't care what kind of game they got. They don't choose. Women control who gets the Foxy Brown. Men control who gets the relationships. Women always choose. It's up to you not to mess it up. Now, this part right here, you know, if for those of you who don't watch this podcast, Fresh, he's the darker one. He has a speech impediment. He stutters. Now, he's working on that. He's been working on that a long time. This is one of the biggest platforms on YouTube. These guys have well over 1 million subscribers and growing. Not subscribers, supporters. They call their supporters over there. And he struggles with his speech. But he's out here and he's bettering himself. And his dudes, they back him. But this is how men treat each other. Right? They gonna clown you. But that's his team. They are 100% on board with him. And Fresh has gotten way better over the past couple of years. You know what I mean? Men don't get that option of just, you be you. It's okay. They just can't handle your speech. They can't handle that. You a king because you stutter. Dudes are going to clown you. Women, on the other hand, they take a softer approach. They support each other, whether they're, you know, heavy, if they too big, or they dress inappropriately, or they're too crass. Women are going to be like, you go, girl, and this, that, and the third. Again, that's another conversation. People should always be upfront and honest. We always tell guys, and I tell guys, and they tell guys the same thing. Don't lie to these women. But women turn around and lie to each other all the time. I don't understand that. But let's continue.
If he deserves it or not. But at the same time, sorry, but at the same time, man, like, become a man of value, because once you become a man of value, options open up. Screw you, bro. Got a break partner, bro.
Has been going to a speech therapist.
That's one mess up, bro. I need one mess up. You do it live, man.
Did we ever tell y'all the story of what happened when he first met with the speech therapist, guys? Yo, so Fresh did his first consultation with the speech therapist, right? The speech therapist is like, okay, so what do you do for a living? Nigga says, I got a podcast. And she's like, wait, what? You get paid to speak? And he was like, yeah. She couldn't fucking keep
Stop the cap. Well, she can find me quite charming.
Niggas,
After the fact.
They was like, wait, what the fuck is going on?
What
Do you see how dudes clown one another? But it's also the support is there to get better. Right? Myron is his number one fan. Fresh and Myron, they got each other's back 100%. These dudes have become millionaires on this platform. You can't do that if you're not 100, you're not honest, you know what I mean? You're not, transparent with your team. Chris, their producer, also stutters, bad. Chris stutters really bad, but it doesn't matter. They push through, they get the work done. Mo, the audio engineer, overweight, came to Myron, obese, and he's almost down 100 pounds. It hasn't been a year yet. Shout out to you, Big Mo. Almost down 100 pounds because he got with this team. Let's continue.
Yo.
Listen, bro. I messed up one time. Go ahead.
All right.
Mad about you.
Okay. So number 2, guys. Okay. And remember, this isn't necessarily in an order of importance. You just need to have all these things in place. It's always having game. And what we mean by this, guys, by always having game, is that you need to be constantly, sourcing girls. And that's what I talked about before, but I'm going to go a little bit deeper into this. Now, this might be a little bit toxic, but
what Myron says is about to be toxic, man, put on your seatbelts. Here we go.
guys, if you got your shit together as a guy, right, and your girl knows what type of dude you are, there's nothing wrong every now and then with flirting with a chick that in front of your girl. Yeah, I know. Oh my God, that's so messed up. Listen, man.
And this is the part I want to talk about with you guys, right? Remember how he started this portion of the podcast, right? He said, if you are a top tier dude, if you've done the work, if you're that guy. He started off there. Then he goes into saying, well, you might want to go ahead and flirt in front of your girl. It's okay to flirt in front of your girl, right? Now he goes into explain why. There are a lot of dudes who watch this podcast that are not top tier. Y'all haven't gotten there yet. Your money ain't right. You're young. You're still putting it together. You haven't found your career. You haven't started your business, right? You haven't begun. You haven't started to put down the foundation to build your kingdom, right? To put it bluntly, you a bottom 80 guy. You a basement dweller, right? You have no game. You might be a simpleton. You out there, but you here and you trying to do the work. You found this content. You hollering at me. You trying to do the work, right? He's not talking to you. He's not talking to the guys in the bottom 80. If you a bottom 80 guy and you got yourself a good woman, right? And what I mean by good is she's like, you think she's real attractive. You think you're shooting above your range. You know what I mean? You might think you don't qualify. You might be the placeholder dude. But for whatever reason, you rocking with her, right? If you're not a top tier guy, if you don't have your money on point, right? If you don't have your your finances on point, if you're not in the gym, if if you still fat, whatever, don't do this. Don't flirt with other women in front of her. Don't do it. Now, someone like Myron, someone like Fresh can do it. They can do it all day long. It's 2 things you need to understand about using this technique. And I'm talking to all men now, even you top tier guys. It's 2 things you need to understand about using this technique. If you're going to flirt in front of a woman, you're going to flirt in front of your woman with other women, right? 2 things you need to know. Like, you got to be top tier, first of all. You got to be. Right? This is going to make her mad. You have to be worth keeping from her point of view. Like, what? That's the first thing. Second, and more important, this technique could cause her to leave you, and you must be willing to let her go. Myron is willing to let these women go. He can use this technique, and if she get big on him and start, a scene and act out or whatever, he'd be like, all right, he's done with her. If you're not willing to let that woman go, then don't use that technique. Don't use it. That's a technique I've never used. Now, I've had women flirt with me while I'm with women. I got no control over that. I don't flirt back. It's like, whatever. I'm my charming self. I say what I say and I keep it moving. That's not on me. But to actively go out there and flirt with women in front of your girl, bro, she might leave you. And this is why they're doing this episode on running a rotation. You want to have multiple women. And I'm not saying to be out there smashing this, that, and the third. You can if you want to. But if you run a rotation, you won't have an opportunity to get one-itis. You won't have the opportunity to want to handcuff some girl. Like, this is my only woman to hold on to her. You're going to be too busy talking to everybody else is in your orbit. By the time you get around to girl number 3 again, you won't even realize it's been 4 weeks. You just been too busy. You send a message out to her and she don't respond right away. You don't care because you're getting responses and you hitting up other people in your rotation, so it keeps you busy. And if you're young, you're trying to learn the game, I suggest that's the way you do it. I'll leave you with this. I knew this beautiful woman once. Gorgeous, gorgeous woman. She was messing with a dude that was not at her level. This guy was nowhere near top tier. This dude was broke. He was out of shape. Nowhere near top tier. Nowhere near. This guy, right, would be out and about with this beautiful woman. This woman I'm talking about, absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I mean, fine. Had a career. You know what I mean? She had her own money, her own house, had all this kind of stuff. She went through something bad with a previous relationship. She got out of that relationship and she gave this dude a chance, right? It is what it is. He would be out with her, looking at other women, making cat calls, doing all this other kind of stuff, flirting. And she was like, hey, you know, you shouldn't do that. Don't flirt while you're with me. That's disrespectful to me. And he was like, oh, you just jealous. You shouldn't be that way, da-da-da-da-da. And this guy just kept going hard. So what she did, she was like, all right. I mean, he's completely just kind of verbally mugging her, like, shut up kind of stuff. I mean, he didn't use those words, I don't think. I mean, I wasn't there, but the way she's telling the story, she's like, hey, could you please not do that around me? And then he's like, man, forget you. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm the man here, whatever. She said, all right. They go into a restaurant. Just regular, lunch. And the waiter was this former Marine. Handsome fella. In shape, ripped up. You know what I mean? Got the job here. She starts flirting with the Marine. And dude, I mean, gentlemen, I'm here to tell you. If you think you're going to out-flirt your fine woman in this world, you are wrong. Like, you are wrong. She, for the whole, encounter, was flirting with this waiter, right? And she only really gonna tell me so much of what really happened. She probably went out and actually rocked with this waiter. You know what I mean? She probably finished up. You know what I mean? Like, she started with him there. You know what I'm saying? She probably like, here go my social, whatever. She was doing all that to prove a point to this dude. And when they left there, the guy was like, he never flirted in front of her again, ever. You know what I mean? So, just want to leave it right there. There might have been some moving around in the camera. Something's going on downstairs. It was like this big bump. I'm living in Florida, so it can't be no earthquake. You know what I mean? If I was in California, I'd be a little nervous. But, thanks for rocking out with me. Yo, check out that Fresh and Fit episode that was on last night. Definitely check that out and see what's going on. I'm going to holler at y'all later. It's DL Saint, man. Peace.